and they're going to let go of their stories, because the stories people come with are basically, usually what they are is a whole bunch of reasons why things aren't really so bad.
Yeah.
People will come to me and they'll say, oh yeah, I feel like I need to exercise and I need to eat healthier. Well, why? Well, just because I should. Okay, well, that's nice, but you're not going to do anything.
It's not big enough reason.
Not
at all. No.
And they'll say, well, I'm okay, I'm okay. And they'll tell me all the reasons that everything's okay, and they're on this path, and their doctor's helping them figure this out, and they don't sleep well, but they're figuring that out, and they have these issues, but it's all okay. And as long as they're okay, they're not an ideal client.
No.
It's when they come to me and say, I cannot live like this anymore.
Yeah.
Something has to change, and I'll do whatever it takes. That, to me, is ideal client.
Yeah.
The type of person that tends to resonate the most with my message is normally women who have children, who see that I've kind of broken out of this box of, permission to invest in myself, and they want that same thing. They realize they can't keep going the way they are, with the self-sacrifice and resenting everybody because they're sacrificing and not taking care of themselves. And they kind of have found themselves at this place where I found myself, and they resonate with that message, and they say, and the thing that I love is these are really powerful women.
Yeah.
The 3 women I had in my call this morning were, amazing women who accomplish so much in a day you wouldn't believe it, yet they don't take the time for themselves. And so I love to just say, okay, I'm so glad you're ready to do something. The first thing you're going to do is take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And they know it's time, and it's amazing to see what happens when they do.
Yeah, because you could just tell in your eyes you're so passionate about this, most definitely. So, the reason, obviously, I reached out, so maybe this will resonate with anybody who's watching this, is that I stopped eating meat maybe about 6-7 months ago, but I haven't really done any exercise since then. I think I had a mental block. We've discussed this as well, in the fact that I've got quite a fast metabolism. So I was kind of worried if I start running and doing exercises, I'm going to lose body mass because I'm not getting something from what I'm eating, because I've not really studied it. I understand I understand why meats are bad, and the proteins and the cholesterol, and I understand all that kind of stuff. But I suppose I didn't really look on the side of why vegetables are so good, or the benefits of that. I thought vegetables are vegetables and fruits are fruit, and if you eat too much of it, you're going to get whether I said before, candidates. I thought you're going to get that. So that was a bit of a concern of mine. So obviously you're in my mastermind group, and I kind of reached out because I'm doing this crazy 90-day impossible challenge with AJ, and my concern was, I'm just going to be like a skeleton running around if I train for this thing. So that's kind of how we got talking, and I kind of wanted a bit of assurance from you. That's why I was reaching out to you and going, and then obviously with the videos I've watched and the explanation about animal protein and vegetable protein, and it's more for the long haul, put my mind really at peace. And I say I've had these shakes and stuff, and I feel great. I'm like in shock. I really am in shock, after this first week. So I think that might resonate with people. Maybe want to stop eating meat, but then they're going, well, am I going to be able to do the things that I want to do? I think sometimes they feel like they're getting something taken away from them. And I think if you look at it, really the damage it's doing to you and the benefits of the other diet, rather than what I did, I'm going, I can see the damage it's done, but I can't really see the benefits. But now I can hugely see the benefits. I feel like I'm in a completely different world. So I think, if that might resonate with somebody who's watching this, who's thinking, what do I change? And obviously you can go to your the other website. I didn't realise you had 2 websites until the other day when you were showing me how to make almond milk and get a nut bag and all this kind of stuff. Maybe I'll be wearing like a flowery apron and stuff like that next. But what's the site where they can go and check out the recipes?
WillTheyEatIt.tv.
WillTheyEatIt.tv, which is an awesome site. Some great resipes on there. That's me doing a sponsored call out for your website there. So on your other website, your main website though, which is Liz.
There's greensmoothiegoddess.com is
right.
where they can get the free audio.
Okay.
When you mean, or did you mean the LizPhalp.com?
Which one would they want to go to for the audio? What's the audio? If you just tell what the audio is about briefly, because it might get people started.
The audio is basically, after I went through this big shift, I wanted to kind of quantify, okay, I used to be, this miserable, tired, no energy, kind of in this state, and then now I'm in this really I love life, I'm so excited to wake up and all this kind of stuff. I thought, how do I show people how I got from there to here? And I basically just created, these 4 steps that I had found for myself, which is, the green smoothies, the working out, the meditation, and the visualization. And so I created this audio that goes into those 4 steps, and basically just to kind of show people, here's how you get from here to here.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the full 4 steps, and so it gives them a bit of an insight into how to get cracking and how to get going.
Yeah.
And then they can kind of like choose well to take it further from there.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. So what's the people can go there and check that out. But what's the future? What's the big? I don't know this. What's the big plan? Is there a big plan future or world domination of the green smoothies?
Absolutely. The thing that I really love is that, for every 3 people I get in my programs with, whatever marketing and, Facebook things I'm putting out there, I have hundreds and hundreds of people who are just making little changes in their lives and getting, because I said my ideal client is someone who's ready right now and just, rock bottom and ready to change. And I love helping people change from that point. But I also love that I can help just hundreds of people to just get little differences. Every time I go to the grocery store, every time I see somebody there with a cart full of, fruit and greens, and they stop me and say, hey, look what I'm buying. I'm making green smoothies. And I love that.
That's
I love
brilliant.
that there's so many people I can, just help in that smaller way. And really, like, for me, the future of this is I just want to get this message out of, I love smoothies because it's such a easy thing to add in, and it's so much more powerful than a diet, and it does so much more for people. And so I love to get that message out, and I love to help people, to help women transform from that kind of lost state of just, I don't know how I created this reality for myself, and I don't love my life anymore. To this state of, wow, I can live my life while I have young kids and enjoy them more and be a better example of them. And, I love to give that to people. And so for me, the future is just to reach more people with those messages.
Right, which I'm sure you're going to do anyway. So don't let me forget to mention the Bravery University, but just something's just sprung to mind now from your pictures that I see. And it's usually like a bunch of you girls, and I'm presuming it's the CrossFit thing. And I'm sure it says something along the lines of, be sexy with no guilt or something like that. Where's that kind of like come from? What's that about?
So my tagline is be sexy, be powerful, be productive.
Right.
And it is kind of like using that word sexy alone was like, oh, I'm a mom, I shouldn't try to be sexy, my kids should be the stars or whatever, I'm married. And so that for me was kind of this commitment to, I want to feel good about how I look. It makes me happy. Yeah. And so that was a big step. And what else did you say? You said
guilt.
And guilt. Okay. And so the events I do with a friend of mine are called Divorce the Guilt.
That's it. That's what I've seen. Yeah, Divorce the Guilt. That's what I've seen. Yeah.
Guilt, because I feel like that's something that we're amazing at, is feeling guilty about everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't do us any good, and it it really is damaging. And so, yeah, those are kind of my messages there. Yeah.
I just wanted to personally know that obviously I've got the sexy and the divorce and all the kind of stuff mixed. I just keep seeing these pictures and thinking, what on earth is that about? Divorce the Guilt? Are you kind of like splitting up or I don't know what's going on. So it was good to see that. So you've said you're in for the Breakthrough University. You're going to be like a nutritionist and that kind of thing. So people can obviously touch base with you. Obviously, this is early days, so people watch this video and hopefully reach out to you on your site and reach out to me. The Breakthrough University will be rocking and rolling soon. Yeah. Because, like I said, I've got quite a good overview of stuff, but it just shows me how little I know when I touch base with you. Like I said, I knew that meat was bad, but I didn't really know this. So, we've got AJ and Cheryl, and I'm really excited about just having people like you who are real people who've got a story as to why they're doing what they're doing. You can just see the passion. Every single person we're going to get involved with this is just going to be passionate and be able to be reachable and real. So I'm really chuffed. See, I'm in Yorkshire now. I'll actually be Yorkshire instead of American and say awesome. So I say chuffed. So my plan now is to get you to say chuffed at some point. So cool. So I think we've covered. Is there anything else you want to add, Liz, or I think we've covered everything there? Or
I love what you're doing. I love the Breakthrough University idea. I I feel like people will, I mean, there's information everywhere out there. You can find answers to anything online. What people really need is something real to relate to.
Yeah.
And so I love what you're doing. I think
Yeah.
this is awesome.
I'm really excited about it. I'm really like privileged that people like yourself and AJ and stuff are going, yeah, I want to be part of it. And you're giving your time to me now for this challenge. So I want to be like I talked about. We talked about people look from the site, outside of the site, and look into it, and they want to see real experiences. So me getting naked, which I was very uncomfortable, not fully naked. But me getting naked on Facebook and not looking my best at all, in fact it's the worst I've ever done, is me going full out for this, and obviously with your help and Cheryl's help and, and other people's help, as we keep touching base along this journey of mine, you can see the changes in me, and I'll keep, touching base with you kind of stuff. At least people can see then, can't they? He's come from here and he's doing this and I'm walking the talk. And I'm approachable, and accessible like you are, and everybody who gets involved is going to be accessible. So I think it's needed, rather than having a guru that's like, oh, they're doing so great and nothing ever goes wrong in their life, which we all know is just BS. Right. So this is just real. So it's like real TV. So this is good stuff. So I'll stop recording then, and then we can just chat a little bit more if you're good with that. Cool.
No.
Thank you, Liz.
Thank you so much.